right, get undressed. We're natural. Everyone in 3, 2. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Comedy Store Doorcast.
Wowie.
I'm your new host.
Oh, my God.
And I apologize in advance. Luke Schwartz is gone for, in his words, at least a long time. And I'm the host for as long as he believes in me.
Why are you apologizing? Fuck that fool. Get out of here, fool.
Bye, Luke.
It's Zack's fucking podcast now.
I'm
That's what he said. He was fucking,
Zack
before it
was
started, he was like, I was trying to get that man out this fucking podcast. That's what
I
he
was
said
just
to me.
shadow boxing and talking shit about Luke. No, I'm going to try and keep it the same, except for the Zack Chapeloni self-reflection hour.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, okay.
First half of the podcast. Tell us your least favorite thing about yourself. No.
Let's start with yourself.
She's like, start with the men. Let me introduce. Oh, well, first, before I start this thing off, I do want to give a special shout out and thanks, as always, to the people who tipped. David Cook, thank you for tipping. And this is your shout out for the Doorcast. There are some regulars that I feel like I didn't hear that they tipped, so I'll give them one pass on my first day as a host. Big Bad Brad, that's a usual tip. Thank you. If you tipped Big Bad Brad, I didn't hear about it. Mike Z, Shannon, Gino from Speedweed, always friends of the pod. Amy, I feel like is always a friend of the pod, according to Luke. I'm just passing this on. That was your one free gray area.
So now
we got to see some paper.
Next
in that
time,
tip
Shannon.
bucket.
Brian, we gonna fucking snatch you up if you don't.
Yeah. Now, hey, I forgot to mention, speaking of the people threatening Brian, let's go around the room and say who's here with us. We got Felissa Folkes, Door Guy. We got Chris Riggins, Door Guy. We got Hugo Galaxy.
Howdy.
Welcome, y'all.
It's a real black podcast.
Come on.
Oh, my God. I didn't even
Is this because
realize.
today is Juneteenth?
It's Juneteenth.
Is this because today's Juneteenth?
I thought it looks suspicious.
Come on.
Black
No. We're four
Door guys.
Africans sitting at this table right now. Don't
I know,
fucking
exactly.
discredit.
I was going to get to that.
Let's not draw lines.
It's black and there's African at the table.
There's four Africans at the
3 niggas and an African.
Oh, Lord.
My words exactly. No, thank you. In honor of Juneteenth, I thought it'd be appropriate to separate you from everyone else that does the podcast.
Exclusion.
No, welcome. I'm looking forward to hearing who makes you feel less than as an African American at the Comedy Store. It's time to really air it out.
Just management or?
Are we going from the top down?
Or just the headliner? What are we talking about exactly?
I don't even know if y'all worked that much in the past week and have stories to tell, but
That's good.
that's real.
I've been gone. So
This is real
Oh,
affirmative
no,
action
we didn't know that,
happening right now.
Riggins.
I was gone.
He was bragging the whole time. I'm on the road. I'm in Berlin. I'm with
my
Chappelle.
God.
I'm
It's
out
such
of
a good
town.
trip.
Wait, Riggins, you jet setted and you worked with Chappelle on your...
No. I worked with Chappelle in July. July 12th and the 13th and the 14th and 15th in Texas.
Okay.
They're doing San Antonio and Austin.
What were you doing in Berlin?
I was just maxing in Berlin,
Okay.
fam. I literally just was like, it's summertime.
Let's go.
Somebody
one-
bought me a ticket to come to Berlin.
nice.
I was like, I'm going to
Riggins
fly to
getting flown
Berlin.
out.
I'm getting
Dude.
flown.
All right, damn.
People
I'm
want
trying to be like you.
Yes. I agree. People clown the jewelry, the nail polish. Everyone's got
no.
little jokes, the hair color, but you know what? There's a lifestyle that comes with all
Right,
this
right,
stuff.
right.
It's a
Berlin
life-
was amazing. Like, I might go back. Why are we here?
Big Germany guy?
Like, honestly, I cannot wait to tell white people to go back where they came from because it is way better. Like, why are y'all here? Go back. Like, they got capitalism and universal health care, Felicia.
Damn.
But what did you actually like about it? I know you weren't down there just looking at their capital. Like, looking
Yeah,
at
you
their
don't even
healthcare.
drink. They're like big beer people.
It's a big drinking culture, but it's also like I went running a health place and they got non-alcoholic everything. Like I got non-alcoholic wine, non-alcoholic spirits. It's like, they're big on drinking, but they're also big on responsible drinking, which is why their trains run everywhere.
That's what I've always heard about the trains
and
too.
it's like literally having
God.
you can have a car, but there's some there's all kinds of trains going on in Berlin. And there's the public train and then there's private trains. Now,
Riggins is just sitting there with a glass of non-alcoholic wine going, man, these trains do run on time. And everyone's like, you gotta stop.
you gotta chill, fam. You gotta relax.
Oh my God.
I was tempted to go to the doctor and just get everything fixed Just because
that's how you do it.
Well, my homegirl went. She had a toothache. She went in and they found she had an infection. They gave her antibiotics and all that shit. It was like €50.
Oh wow!
Is she German?
No, she lives in New York.
They just hook it up, no questions asked.
No questions asked.
Riggins got the craziest life sometimes. I be hearing
Yeah.
he's like, I was in Berlin getting teeth work done.
Yeah.
Okay? You don't
I was
understand.
about to get some. I was seeing they had grills. They didn't have nobody knew what a grill was.
Wow, you're gonna come back and it's gonna be like Mr. Grillenbachers.
Yeah, Grillenbachers.
One of a kind grills.
Oh my god, I had so much
Schnitzel
fun.
grill.
I had a lot of schnitzel.
It was a lot of schnitzel. Is there any comedy in?
Do you do stand up in Germany?
It's like all English shows. There's hella
yeah,
English
dude.
shows. Like I literally got into town. Like I texted a couple of people, and then they put me in contact with people in Germany. The first night I got there, I had a show. All the way up until like the last night I was there. People were hitting me up like, "You want to come do the show?"
Damn.
Like it was.
Did they
like,
pay? Like pay well?
I mean, none of the shows I did pay because I was just visiting. But
Right.
Guest
like
spot.
I got asked to do shows that paid after, but I was like, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna be.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And they didn't pay enough for me to stay.
Right.
So I was like, yo, yeah, I'll stay for them €2,000, fam. Let's go.
Yeah,
You know,
right,
but
right.
it wasn't none of that.
dude,
But
damn.
it was all English shows. It's just we speak different English.
Right.
Like Felicia, me and you speak different English than a lot of people here at the Comedy Store. And
Right.
like, you get out there in Germany and you realize these people had learned English, whereas you grew up in English. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
different. And
Yeah.
so, a lot of little things we say they don't really get because when you're taught English, you weren't taught ain't in all the way we.
Yeah,
say
right.
stuff.
It's very formal.
Like I kept saying fam, and they was like, "What is this fam?"
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Bruh. What is bruh?
What is
mean?
bruh?
Like, yo, check this out, cuz. Hey, what are you talking? And it was fun to kind of. That was the fun part, really, kind of trying to figure out how to talk English to people that speak English.
Right. They don't know those little in between words.
They don't, but they was with it. Them crowds was like, yo, like German
funny.
people, they ain't gonna laugh, but at any of show, they gonna be like, you were so amazing. Like they're gonna praise you.
Well,
They're gonna buy you drinks.
if you wonder what you missed, somebody threw up in the OR.
Word.
Really?
Word.
I was about to say, Luke is probably punching his steering wheel that we haven't talked about.
Somebody threw up in the main too.
Really? Wow. Damn. So in case you
Actually,
you think you
I heard there was violence that happened at the Comedy Store this week. I need to hear about
Yeah,
that.
let's talk about the violence.
People coming for the security.
Listen, I don't know. I wasn't there that night.
So I've heard, and I wasn't there either.
Damn, who was that?
Were you there, Hugo?
For which one?
Oh,
there was a few, 'cause I know there was like a
Yeah,
few.
yeah,
He was like, when I was
Hurt on the cast today.
Yeah, stuff
There's
happened.
two white women who attacked Aiden.
Oh,
Well,
I
I
did
mean,
remember
how is that
that.
different than his real life?
this time he didn't deserve it. No,
just feeling
we're
like-
kidding. Aiden's a
Out
great
of the
guy.
bed.
They
Bedroom?
attack him or his dick. I'm just saying,
They were like they were talking in Eric Griffin's show. Then we had him kicked out, and then they're in the middle of the hallway, and she's like pushing him. She threw her whole bottle of water on him, and then he was like trying not to like push her out of there. Of
course.
And then Aaliyah, our female security, comes
Hell
in.
yeah.
Then she snapped. She's like, "Oh, I didn't do anything to him. I
Right,
didn't touch him."
right.
I'm like, "Miss, you threw your whole bottle of water on top of him.
you
You pushed him."
somebody up.
And then she's like, "Yo, fuck you, white boy." And Aaliyah's like, "Yo, you're white. What do you?"
That's so
You're blonde hair, blue eyes. What do
funny.
you-
I'm not gonna
He was like,
say
who are
that
you
I'm
talking to?
I'm not gonna say that I'm against white on white violence. I would probably laugh.
Yeah.
But she wouldn't talk to she wouldn't scream at any of the black people, but just Aiden got it. And I was
That's-
like, you know,
It's the time we're living in, man. It's happy Juneteenth to all.
I kind of respect that old school fear of black people. I missed that when white people was really just in check when we was in the room. They was like, all right.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
none of
Let's all
that.
calm down.
Yeah. It wasn't none of they never used to come at us crazy. That's why the whole Karen thing was like, wait a minute, y'all used to say this. Y'all used to just go silently call the police and leave us alone.
Yes.
But now but I kind of appreciate that. But Aiden, shout out to Aiden. He's actually he's really good.
He's a good dude.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Our security's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I don't feel like we have I feel like we're pretty nice until if you do something,
I feel like we
they
need
gonna react.
one mean ass security.
Yeah.
I feel like we need just one
Wild card.
one that just has no facial expressions.
Yeah.
Just like has the 1,000-yard stare sometimes. Just like you don't want him to have to come out. The
Right.
office. Like he don't even be out walking around. They just be in the office.
Somebody
One
in a
that's
cage?
just up to no good. Yeah.
Like you just see him
like a grizzly bear just like in
when,
the corner.
when the room gets dark and you just see this shadow walking through the main room, you're like, what is that? Like you don't know. Just know, don't get out of line because if he grabs you, it's a wrap.
We used to have some security guards like that, honestly, that were like
I think they
yo,
snapped.
I
They
escaped
lost
I
it.
escaped a violent past and found
Absolutely.
peace at the Comedy Store. No, but Aiden got attacked. by two white chicks.
Yeah.
And then we can say white chicks. It's Juneteenth.
We can actually.
It's just the way you said it. Aiden got attacked
by two white chicks.
Not
I mean, this is
white
journalism.
Chicks. I'm like,
It's
Jesus,
not the
we
chicks
got
from
it.
the movie White
We got
Chicks,
it.
but two actual white chicks.
So funny.
And then the other one that I heard that I feel really bad about was Steven.
Oh yeah, he got attacked. I wasn't here for that one, but I heard.
Who
heard
he
about
attacked
that.
by?
Someone on the patio apparently got physical with Steven and then ran away, which I think was because he was maybe smaller. And I wasn't there either. I should have invited someone that was there for the fight. We'll find out next week on the Doorcast what really happened. But here's what I've heard is that the person got in a few shots and then ran away, which is very smart.
Yeah.
And then when he wasn't looking, ran back and kicked him in the nuts and then ran away.
No.
Yeah. Which breaks my heart because not 2 episodes ago on the Doorcast, we were talking about how Steven didn't get enough credit for designing the Pride float.
Right.
And they were handing out popsicles on the Pride float.
that was
He was the only
heartbreaking
person
moment.
that didn't get one.
That was heartbreaking.
Oh my
Like,
God.
I really feel
That
was heartbreaking.
give Steve a hug.
Guys.
It sounds like he was attacked by Bugs Bunny. It's just like what the dude is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cartoon character.
The guy was
Now,
chewing on a carrot.
Right. Now, as a woman, I do have a question. From what I know from dicks, they're usually in the front.
Yeah.
How did he get surprise kicked in
Well,
the nuts? Am I just?
You
is
can
this-
hit it from the back too if you got the right stance.
How is he standing?
I mean,
If you get all the
He's
way
not doing
through,
a full V split
if you
stand.
get like when
If
you
you
get
get-
you get this part of the foot, just like right.
Yeah.
It's happened. I mean,
Yeah.
and if you know what you're doing as a kicker, then you
depending
know.
on how they're standing, you could get a good
But
shot on the
also,
nuts from
from the
behind.
back?
The
From the
groin
back.
is such a sensitive area. It's just kind of like
kinda crazy.
Yeah,
you
it
really
is.
just got to get in that area,
Yeah.
and it could easily be a surprise. Like
Yeah.
you know, especially if you know, and you're packing, you know. And
That's the thing. Maybe Steven's got some real
Steven's
heat down there.
I would hate to be that tall and not have
Yeah.
at least proportional dick.
Right.
I don't necessarily need big dick, but proportional.
Proportional.
Dick.
I gotta
So-
be honest. Sometimes Riggins starts and I'll like tune out for a second just to try to think of
Yeah,
something funny, and I
just-
come back in and he is saying something complete like proportional dick, and I'm like, wait,
Here's
wait,
the thing.
what the fuck?
Do not sleep on
I
Riggins.
know, dude.
Do
I'm
not-
That's
sorry.
why you never change the dial.
I'm sorry.
The radio speaking.
tuned.
Stay tuned.
I'm just being
That's
honest.
how the
I
dial
was like,
turns.
We called
yo, you on
Riggins.
proportional dick right now?
Someone called Riggins radio the first time I guest hosted, and he said, "Don't turn the dial." And he has somehow made radio a
is so
very
funny.
cool persona.
I thought they were speaking on the movie radio, but then they made it more clear. It wasn't
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr.'s
Yes.
early 2000s movie Radio, in which he played a development disabled.
I never saw radio because I've always been progressive.
Me
And I
neither.
always felt like
Me neither.
honestly, it's not supposed to be a funny movie, but it's hilarious.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, yeah.
We're not gonna do this on Juneteenth.
No.
This black man did a
Yes.
good performance, and we are
Was
going to
a
move on. Or
great
whatever, or, you know, it was a fine. Whatever
It just
is
happened
the
to be
right answer.
Best comedic
I'm gonna tell you
performance
this.
of his
That
life.
was my favorite movie.
You really connected on it on a
Yes.
on a real level.
Aye.
I'm just asking.
No, I haven't seen it, but it would be. I bet it would be.
It's like. It's
What's
like
your
if they
favorite
took-
movie with a black person in it?
You know, I watched
African movies
Next
count.
Friday maybe 1,000 times.
Next Friday?
Next
That's
Friday.
one of the wildest answers I've ever
Yeah,
heard.
Mike Epps.
The introduction of Day Day.
Yeah, yes.
It was classic.
And that's your favorite movie with a black person? Oh, you just seen it the most?
No, I've seen it. I've
Right,
seen it
okay.
the most.
I thought
thought
you were
that
gonna say like Philadelphia.
Favorite movie with a
or
black
something
person is
like
probably Gladiator. It's my favorite movie.
That's really
that.
funny.
I mean, it did have black
the
people. in it.
slave, but there's white slaves too.
Yeah,
so
there's
I
white
get it.
slaves.
Everybody was slaves there.
And they
I
filmed it
mean,
in Morocco, so like my people
yeah,
are in
you're
it
right.
a little bit.
You really
You are African.
I am. Yeah, we don't need to.
it
Look, guys,
full?
I'm not trying to take away from your day.
I mean, if y'all had like sent some help, maybe we wouldn't have to have this day. But I mean, y'all just watched.
We
them take
tried.
us.
We
Y'all just
tried.
like, y'all was like, y'all wouldn't be like, fam.
We were fighting our own fight up there. You
Not
don't
a boat.
realize it was us against Europe.
you don't understand what's happening up there. That's so funny.
We were
We
pirating
didn't
and
see
shit.
one spear in the ocean throwing fuss.
Not a curvy sword in sight.
The idea of like you saving
Yeah, no, you're
all the
right.
black people, it's so funny to me.
You're right.
I would love for you to like go to the White House with a sword. Like I'm trying to take you back.
That's how I stormed the Capitol. Yeah. I the only moment that came to mind from my past week at the Comedy Store came a week ago at Potluck, and you really got to watch
This
who's
last week?
around. Yeah, the week prior.
I hosted, right?
You hosted. You did a fantastic job.
Wow, thank you so much. I know.
It
wow.
wasn't the best turnout, but they were like really fun.
I know.
And whenever they're really fun, I give all the credit. Like the host does that.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You know,
Dude,
it's not just a coincidence.
Especially on potluck,
Yeah.
Quincy messaged me in the day. He was like, "We only got 35 tickets sold." I'm like, "Sorry, I ain't got a Monday audience queue. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry, I can't bring them out on a Monday."
Yeah.
At 7:00.
I know. Number 17 on the potluck open mic lineup wasn't a draw? What's
Right,
going
right.
What are
on?
you talking about here?
You didn't want to come see that? Okay, no, but yeah, it was really fun. It was. I mean, I had a few people run off the stage, and that was annoying. So
Like they got off early?
he did. This one guy did 1 minute. Apparently, he like he hounded to get on it. You know, people like
I
hound to get
hate
on.
that.
Potluck. And then he only did 1 minute. He was like, I was so nervous. I'm like,
wow.
when you do potluck, I don't know if any comics. They're probably not watching this, so
They
I'm
be
just
watching.
ranting.
No, they do be watching.
If you are watching
Yeah.
this, don't come to potluck with no demands and no requests, no nothing. You just do your spot, the whole
Right.
spot, and leave. Like, I don't know what this whole vibe is, but last Monday there was a lot of people telling me when they were gonna go up and what. No. I'm
Yeah.
like, you're second, you're third. You
Yeah.
miss it, I'm moving on.
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
what is
right.
happening
Yeah,
right now?
yeah.
So anyway, I'm in a good mood today.
No, I've had people like, oh, I'm supposed to go up. They told me I could. I'm like, I don't know who they are. I'm
They.
hosting. They
Right.
is
I'm
me.
This infamous they that works
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
comedy
yeah.
store. Like,
Right.
I know Jen, I know
Right.
Emily,
Right.
I know
Right.
Richie, I know
Yeah.
Brian.
Let me check
There's
my
so many
texts
people
from
that
I
they.
know everybody.
But I haven't met they yet. Like, I'm
Yeah.
really like,
Right.
is it someone's pronoun that works here?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. Does anybody non-binary? How are we
Right,
going?
right,
Like,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going on? But when they
ain't
say
that.
they said I need to go up, I'd be like, well, they need to come tell me.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what I see is on this list, and I know people that are going to go up, but you are not one of them that has
Right.
been talked to me by they, them,
Yeah.
who, when, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's, ugh.
And they'll come up to you and be like, write my name down. I've had that too. Like, they be like, just write my name down.
Oh, the courage, the confidence.
I'm
Write
so
my
sick-
name. Write my name down.
People who
They say it to you like you don't know.
They don't know
You
your
don't know.
name. They don't know your name.
Right.
You're like, you
Right.
write. I'll tell you what. You write my name down. I'll write your name down.
Right.
you're nuts if you think I'm doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm calling security. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
It's
Yeah.
the entitlement.
It is.
It is.
I used to be
Entitlement
sorry
level.
I was there. I
Right.
used to
Yeah.
be sorry.
Let me be about your way. All right.
The room's packed.
Too
Let
much
me
space. Let me sit
squeeze
on. I'll sit
by.
on the floor.
Right.
Which I only stand out here. Okay, I'll stand outside. Like
Yeah.
no
No
kind of ego. And then people come in. And they're like, they've done one belly room show.
Yeah.
With the outside producer. Now
You better
it's
know
like,
them.
oh, I work the comedy store.
better
know
So
them.
now when I walk in, I'm gonna walk just right up in Potluck and be like, hey, how do I get? No, you.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think it's the downside of us. This comedy store everyone says has gotten nicer. Like we're way nicer than we used to be.
Right. I'm just not gonna call you a slur, but like I'm not that not. They just stop saying
Right.
slurs straight at the door,
Yes.
but it's still pretty spicy.
We're
No,
more
but-
professional.
But you're right. Now I'll just be like, please, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What were you saying? You
No,
said
I mean
something.
like
Sorry.
people get like you give them an inch, they take a mile type of situation. Like
No, but you were
the-
saying
the-
on Monday it was electric.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Sorry about that.
Most awkward encounter of my life. I go to the back to Sacred Ground to hang out, smoke, drink, whatever. And I had done my set, and I remember seeing like Bill Burr,
Dude,
the
that
main room, fucking murder.
That was a crazy night. Yeah.
And then Marcelo, I don't know his last name.
Hernandez.
Marcelo
Yeah,
Hernandez, who's on SNL, went up after me at Pollock. He did like a showcase. He did like five, right?
Yeah. He did more time.
And it was
He's on fucking SNL, so
it
that's
was
goddamn respect.
Absolutely,
I'm
he
just
was
joking.
fantastic.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's
And
Yeah,
I feel
he's
like
great. No,
I feel like a room does a certain thing where it's like, we'll see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it's like, oh, you're from SNL. Like I feel like
Right.
people
Yeah.
who haven't seen it yet have a little bit like, all right,
dude,
let's,
when you get somebody who also wants to go up with credits, like even Rachel Wilson, I was like, do I say that she
right.
did Jack? Because sometimes you're like, that's a huge, like, it's kind of insulting to not be like, he's just another guy doing things. Like, he's on SNL. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Do I say it or not? So,
Absolutely
yeah.
say it. I
Say
think
it.
Yeah,
because
say it, right? Okay.
Definitely
Yeah,
say
yeah.
because clubs are cool because of who performs there.
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
all
yeah.
my credits. I definitely want.
But no, Riggins, let me tell you something. We
want
never
them.
doubted that. We know you.
Tell them who I be.
When I bring you up,
when
I say
walk up
Dave
on this
Chappelle
bitch.
opened to Chris Riggins. Berlin's own Chris Riggins.
There were a few months where he's like, you don't have to say the
Berlin
Chappelle
almost told
part.
me. Yo, real talk. The only thing that brought me back to the United States was this job and y'all. Like other than that, I was like, Berlin. I don't know. You might got a nigga. I'm just saying. I'm feeling unchecked. Police
Jesus
waved
Christ.
at me like
This is next level.
And those trains
them trains.
right on
fam.
time. You don't talk about it enough.
And I mean, I'm gonna be real. Okay, Germans got ass.
Really?
They thick.
The men or the women? Who are we talking about?
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and say both of them.
There it is.
Both of
I'm
them.
just trying to get on
But
it.
it's like, because what it is here's a lifestyle, right? Ain't no elevators in fucking Germany. So, like, you eat
Is that true?
schnitzel, you eat bratwurst, you eat beef,
Protein-based diet.
and then they got this thing called currywurst, which is like when the Indian people take the bratwurst and put their curry shit
they
in that
natural
shit.
Seasoned meat. Yeah.
Yeah, so you eat all this bread and meat and stuff, and then you walk everywhere, and then you walk upstairs, so you have flat tummy, but your thighs
Booty.
and ass,
And they wear tight pants.
tight. Ooh.
Men
But,
and women.
I mean, everybody.
Yeah.
Riggins is walking around the world thirsting.
I know.
Not even
Just
thirsty,
looking at
just
ass.
observing.
Just
You
walking
can admire
around.
art.
You know
You
what I'm
can
saying?
admire
I was
art.
there with somebody with ass too, so it wasn't like I was like, oh, I need ass. It was just like I
Right.
was noticing, and I was like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, okay,
Good for
y'all
you.
Thick than a motherfucker
Yeah.
out
I
here.
hope they use you as the fucking
The
advertisement
tour guys.
to come to Berlin.
Yo,
You trying to see ass?
Yeah.
Fam. That's
You want
exactly what my
bratwurst?
old tour guide. Yo, they gonna put me on the screens on the airplane when you
Oh my
flying in
God.
Germany. Yo, welcome to Germany, fam.
got
Guten Tag, my nigga. Yo, check this out. Real talk. Bitches out here.
Yeah. I know y'all think y'all heard trains and seen trains,
But
but
we
you ain't seen
ride
trains.
and run trains in
Like
fucking
in Berlin.
Germany.
Oh, God.
It's next level.
Yeah.
We run trains in Germany.
Everybody's having trains.
This episode is brought to you by Germany, I think.
I thought trains.
Well, I put like this.
I thought ass.
Trains, right?
I went to the Berlin Wall, and they do a way better job of admitting their mistakes than we do. They do in
Absolutely.
America. Like
That's
their,
a whole
their
thing.
shit was like,
Yeah.
yo, all these cowards killed themselves. We fucked up. Our bad. This is the shit we put up just because, you know, like Lily. There's the place where the secret police was. They put
What?
it.
This is, I tuned out again.
Crazy.
That's on the
Yeah.
secret police.
You lost me
Secret
there too for a
police,
second.
fam.
What is going-
That's my bad as a host.
Yeah, yo, but real talk.
They got secret police.
No, not anymore. This
Oh,
is
they
back
did.
in the day. This is when they was wilding out.
Nazi times.
Yeah, Nazi time.
Okay.
And the thing about it is,
Nazi times.
I've seen more swastikas in California than I saw in Germany.
Obviously.
the whole time.
They originated it. They're
I'm
super
just saying,
embarrassed.
but that's what I'm saying. They're like,
Who was this?
Them cats lost. We don't mess with them.
I didn't see what. I'm sorry. Okay.
What's up, Brian?
I'm sorry. I didn't see you come in. My bad.
Marcelo went up.
Right.
Yeah, Marcelo went up.
Good Lord.
Oh my God.
All right, somehow it's going to end up in Germany
I know
again.
we're gonna. I'm sorry. I gotta stop bringing up Berlin. We can't.
Yeah, you brought it up.
It's my fault.
So you gotta really at the comedy store, you gotta watch where, like, who's around. You know, and people do this thing that you'll see in every corner you're in the club where they kind of peek around and look at every single person. And I used to think, like,
The over the shoulder conversation.
I used to think it was thirst. Like,
right,
God,
right.
they're looking for, like, who they can talk to that's going to help them.
Right.
But it's really just know who's there. So I was standing with a couple of people, and they, Marcelo killed. Marcelo
he
was
did. He really
hilarious.
did, yeah.
He was super funny. And it was my type of humor, like immigrant parent stuff, very, like, right up my alley. And come on, that's my fucking brand.
Regular American humor, immigrant. Okay, so sorry, never mind. This is your type of humor.
Is this going to remind you
You're
of Berlin
different.
somehow?
I know.
Because I'd love to hear about the trains again. I'm sure everyone at home would. We're losing viewers by the second here.
This is my fault.
Luke
I'm
is
not
like,
the new host.
Luke is at home rocking his baby. Like, get back to the store, Zack. What happened at the store as a door guy? So someone said, you know who you remind me of? Or, I can't remember what came up in the conversation, but I went, oh, Marcelo guy from SNL. And then they went, yeah, he's right behind you. And I was like, okay. And then 2 minutes go by. I was like, he was great. And then I'm just moving on. I'm not talking about him anymore. And then they said something like, no, I was going to say you look like, I probably look like Bill Burr. And they go, yeah, Burr's behind you too. And I'm like, I'm going to borrow a gun from someone. And I
That's
just need
so
one bullet.
funny.
And I'm going to leave my body with a hollow tip.
Always got
To
to know
my
who's in
dome.
the room.
They said you
Always
look like
know.
Bill Burr.
No, I was making the joke. I must remind you of Bill Burr if I didn't remind you of Marcelo
Right,
from
right,
SNL.
right. And they're both saying that.
I didn't realize Burr was on The Late Show. Like he was,
Right,
he
right.
was hanging out between shows back there, but it was just around the corner from where I could see. So I was like, lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
I got one for the Doorcast. Always do the look. Always do
Always
the look.
look around. Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't talking shit about them, but I don't like uttering someone's name within earshot of them. Regardless of what I'm
actually
saying.
being speaking to them.
Exactly.
You never know how somebody will take it.
Like sometimes
Exactly.
you do it and you know the person can hear you, so you're doing like joke like,
Yes.
yeah, remind you of my man Zack Chapelone. Like, and he's like, oh, what's up, Zack?
Yes.
It's the joke, but it was like,
I don't know them.
Damn.
And then Burr got up and like left his conversation and sat like near us. And I was like, I'm going inside because
right.
I don't think he's the type of guy that's going to make my night feel better for like talking about him right over his
So
shoulder.
many times I'll walk in sacred ground and like there's somebody huge. I'm like, I'll just turn. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'll just be like, well, not for me.
Yeah.
And not that they're not mean, but like
No.
I'm like, I'm only gonna embarrass. This is not gonna.
Yes.
This is not gonna be
Yes.
good. Nothing. They're not gonna be like, hey, I think you're the greatest.
Yes.
Open for me. That's not gonna happen.
Yes.
What's gonna happen? I'm gonna say something stupid.
Right.
And I'm gonna be like, I want to die.
Yeah.
So I just leave.
And I think
Yeah.
we're at the point, like in our stand-up careers, at least within our own scenes,
Yeah.
where some people are like, "Oh shit, Felicia," and they want to like talk to you. Shut up.
I'm gonna say this in the English language. Please, if you feel that way, come up to me because I have yet to experience. And be like, yo, Felicia.
Shut the fuck
What the,
up.
you shut the fuck
such a
up.
liar.
I've seen people come up to you and be like, Felicia,
Thank
you're
you.
awesome.
Are you serious?
The way it happens at the store is different because there's usually another comedian that you've seen around, but they know you from here more than they know you from anywhere else.
Maybe,
like, they
maybe.
see you open up
I've
here and
seen
they're like,
somebody
oh,
be like, I saw you at the show before, like good, like they'd be like, oh, like you were funny yesterday, but not be like Felicia, like you know how somebody's seen jet ski. People will stop jet ski and be like, give me a picture. Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
That's
No.
somebody who's like, I'm excited to see you. Not being like, oh, I saw you yesterday, open the room. Good job.
I guess I mean more like a comic that's like talking to you and excited deep down to be talking to you. Maybe they're not like fanning hard, like out in your presence, but they're nervous they're going to sound
That's how I
stupid in
am.
Well,
front of you.
you're an
Anytime I talk
idiot.
to
Let me
all
tell
of
you
you.
something.
Yeah, Riggins is like
fanning
that.
out when I'm talking to
Yeah,
all of you
Riggins like, oh
guys.
my
I'm your
God.
biggest fan. No, seriously, no. People ask me who are my favorite comics, and I always say the people that, like, I say you guys, because it's really like, I see you guys more. I see you guys perform. I see you develop. I see your jokes when
Do
they
you
start.
say you guys or Felicia Folkes
Well, I
specifically?
say-
I want my own
I say
person.
when they ask me women comedians, I say Felicia.
I know. I don't want no
first.
woman comedian. I
Here's
want
the thing.
comedians. Period. See,
Here's
this is
the
a
thing.
book. This is.
Here's the thing. Don't do me like that on Juneteenth. Don't do me. Don't try to white man
What
me
you
on
mean? You
Juneteenth.
talking about on-
I was trying to give you niggas
I
a
know.
compliment.
I'm sorry.
See?
I saw you.
Black on black crime. Oh my
This is not why Zack brought us on the
I
podcast.
can't
I
go
know,
white
right.
women for this. No,
Us Africans. He's the calmest African.
My Juneteenth episode is going right as planned.
See, they don't deserve a holiday.
I had 3 of them on. They couldn't handle it. Hugo's done nothing wrong. But just me and Riggins are fighting.
Yeah. No, and another thing, you know, that like I feel like everyone's moving on quickly. You know, like door guys are leaving. Saul, Hormones.
Yeah, I miss
Wow,
my
they're
friends.
gone. I know, right?
I miss my friends.
It's
I do.
sad. I miss those. I'm happy.
really do.
I'm happy
to
for
the
them.
new
But
people, but yeah, we missed
new generation, new people stepping up. You got to be charming to the guests. You know, we're like the face of the club. We were talking about like stealing bits. Like Hormones does a
Yeah.
bit where he clowns people for their
he told me
open-toed shoes and
Yeah, yeah,
pretends
yeah.
they have to put on leather shoes.
It's funny.
Very funny bit.
Very funny.
You were talking about it earlier. How you're like, I'm gonna use that bit.
He said to do. He said he was like, if you want to do, I was like, I'm gonna do all your bits, the bathroom code,
Yes.
all the bits.
Steal. I feel like those are the bits that they want us to steal.
Moses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I've literally noticed that like before you get in the room, like it gets the audience like in a better mood. They're like, oh, we had comedy. Like
Yeah.
it really
Yeah.
starts their mind go. I know it seems really dumb, but they really like a hallway joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. And it's an intimidating place to walk in.
Yeah.
Like even as an audience member,
Yeah.
you're like, oh shit. Like they're extra quiet. They're whispering and
Yeah,
the
like
show
the
hasn't even
museum,
started.
in the main room live, they come in and real unless it's like, you know,
All the
certain
rates
shows
on the wall.
Yes.
You know, but like for the most part, it's like quiet on. They're like, oh, can I be here? And you're like, yeah, you're
Yes.
supposed to be here. That's
Yeah.
what we're here for. Come
Yes.
through, you know. And it does, like Felicia says, it does make people feel remembering them like, oh shit, we're at a comedy club.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You know, because other people see it happening to someone and they're like, oh, these motherfuckers are comedians.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, and then when they see us open up, do the cold opens now they're not so like, oh, this motherfucker just won't let me see. They remember, okay,
Yeah.
this is a comedian as well.
Yes.
You
Well,
know?
I remember my first shift. It was really funny. Hormones did the Epstein one, and I will never forget.
we got to tell our listeners might not know his Epstein.
Well, he just goes like, all right, guys, can you follow my friend? We're going to do Zack. He's like, follow my friend Zack. He'll seat you. You may recognize him from the Epstein trial. And I will never forget. He was like, follow my friend. And she was passing me, following like Alex Hanna or somebody. And she was like, he was in the Epstein trial? Like, she did not get it. Like, that he was, it's like, no, he wasn't in that. What are you talking about right now? But I was like, oh, sometimes they may not get it. So also remember, Felicia.
Yes.
Some of these bits, they may not get it. They were like, yo, Alex. Like, she was like, she stood back. She walked behind her
Yes.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
Because she was like, he was in the
Oh
Epstein
my God.
trial.
What if someone takes a picture of me near this
Then
guy?
here's this like Epstein guy. I was like, that's
sometimes
so
I was like,
funny.
you got to break your own bit.
The
Sometimes
bits
you
fall.
really got to just be like, I'm just playing.
Yeah,
Right.
Because you look at their face and they're just totally like, are you serious? Like,
Yeah.
and you don't want to call them stupid, even
Right.
though they are. But you just feel
it's
like
so funny. I kind of just let it ride. sometimes.
Hormos had a funny one when we did. It was a show for like Legion of Skanks. So it was all these audience members that kind of hate LA comedy.
Yeah, they
as
really
far
do.
as like like the Rogans and the D'Elias and all that
Oh,
stuff.
big name drop on the first hosting.
Well, no, they like those guys shit on LA comedy or whatever. And
That's gonna fuck you up. No,
the Legion of Skanks guys. But Hormos had the funniest bit when he was letting people in. He goes, guys, we do have a GoFundMe going right now. Some of our friends are going through some really hard times. We're trying to help them get back on their feet. If you want to donate to the Chris D'Elia Fund, just talk to and dude, that shit killed so hard because like
It's
those
so
guys
funny.
they know the jokes.
So
Yeah.
funny.
yeah.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So like. But like some people, you make the Epstein joke and they're like,
Right.
should we even support this
Yeah,
venue?
should we leave? It's
Yeah.
like so-
Those are people that think all of Hollywood is evil. Like we're
Yes.
all of pedophiles who are just like, see,
Yeah.
I
Right.
told
I've
you.
been telling you.
Should have went to
Dude.
Tallahassee instead.
Dude, yeah, Mose is I'm gonna miss getting Mose. I guess he'll be around though.
He'll
back.
be
From
around.
acting
He's
like
gonna
he's
be
like that.
yeah.
It's just
He's
like
gonna be-
it's like the biggest high school that people graduate from. And
I
they still
know.
hang around and try to fuck the freshmen.
Pull up in a Trans Am.
Come on, these guys are gonna be like Matthew McConaughey on fucking Days Confused.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Oh, did I get the
Dude.
They stay the
Horniest
same
job
age.
around.
Yeah, they paddle me in the parking lot. Yeah, just on the butt.
Who did?
Some of the older like paid regulars. You guys don't
I
go
thought
through
we
that?
were supposed to talk about that.
No, I mean it doesn't
I thought
bother
the lot
me.
that was a lot boy
No.
situation. Don't bring up the lot boy situation. Hold up, Riggins didn't get.
Don't talk about what goes on in the lot. Oh yeah, you're still new.
yeah,
Wiggins.
What happens
all
on the
that
lot
for me.
stays
But
in the
it
lot.
stays in the
I
lot.
don't have to be paddled. It's all good.
You-
My mom beat me enough. It's fine.
I know. Can you relate to that? Is that a relatable black experience?
Getting beaten.
Yeah, as a African.
Yeah.
My mom had like a weird Moroccan thing. It was like this pinch, twist, and pull. And it didn't really leave bad marks.
Sounds like a terrorist.
That was her. She still jokes about pinch, twist, and pull. Pinch, twist. No, I would say the blackest experience for me was like I used a washcloth all the time.
Yo, that's the clip right there.
And white
That is
people
so
were
funny.
always like, "What is this for?" I was like, "You guys don't know?"
Let's go.
I
Wow.
thought white people use washcloths.
I didn't know you were that cool. I didn't know you were.
I had
really
a friend
that
in my 20s. I was like, "Here's a towel. Here's a washcloth," and he was like, "What do I do with this?" I was like,
Wow.
What?
You know, I guess I feel
great.
like the least blackest person ever because I just used the fucking soap.
Wow, this is a crazy.
Damn.
I did not see this coming.
It was my soap.
I did not
Nobody
see
else used
Riggins.
it.
Nor I. What is
What?
You don't use. No, I'm saying I didn't see this coming.
Right.
Yes.
Washcloth.
Because nobody uses
Yes.
my soap but me.
I got
It's my
exfoliating
soap.
scrub.
I buy Dove for myself. Everybody else gets body wash, whatever soap they want.
Dude.
But the bar of Dove is mine.
The
So it
title of
goes
this
on my body.
episode is Juneteenth across the Juneteenth verse. We're in the wrong universes.
I
We
don't
got to switch back.
understand. This is-
Damn, you don't even know the Spider-Man?
Across the multiverse.
Yeah, I do just understand, but I'm just saying, like, what's so non-black? So
I
You
don't
know
know.
the don't say that.
I know
You
lots
know
of black
the-
people that do this. I don't know if you guys know this. There's a
Right, but you know the
whole-
stereotype, so
Whole
don't pretend this
community
is-
of Negroes that
Here we go.
Don't use washcloths.
Here we go.
Okay.
You guys, I didn't bring you on this episode to not talk about
Define-
generalizations, okay?
Okay.
We are
bring
talking
the watermelon in, Katie. Bring the watermelon
I
in.
know 7 to 8 niggas that don't use a washcloth, and you gotta recognize that.
You got it.
I do.
Every
I do.
black life matters.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
I'm.
And
You're
you
not
know
gonna hear
when
me
I
say
say it, I
different.
don't mean all these niggas. But, you know.
See, I disagree. Now we really want to
I
disagree.
don't mean all these niggas.
God.
That nigga stole my bike in 3rd grade. Fuck that.
No, we've all worked crack 'em up. I get it.
I gotta work crack 'em up this week. I feel like a white person should have to work crack 'em up for free.
No,
That's
I-
true.
I agree.
I heard it doesn't. They don't get listened to. I heard
They
like
don't.
at crack 'em up. When,
They get called racist when they ask people to
okay,
move.
okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they
I
like
say they.
Are
They
you-
being
are
white
you-
people.
See, thank you. They
somebody
has a-
called you out one time for being racist at Crack 'em Up. Was that Crack 'em Up?
No, that was
that Coop?
another show. Dude, yes, it was this woman. Oh my God, that pissed me off so much. It was
tell
like
me
a
what
weed
happened?
show, and people started to like fire up. And I was
In the
like, you
belly
can't
room.
smoke in the belly room.
Oh, shit.
So I was like telling everyone, I was trying not to interrupt the whole show and be
Yeah.
like, hey guys, because like I was performing too. So I don't want to be like the fucking,
yeah.
So I'm going privately like, guys, you can't smoke here. You can't smoke here. And then I tell this people in the back, I'm like, you guys can't. I honestly said like, just go outside and come back in, smoke whatever you want. And they were like, okay, cool. And the guy like put it away. And the girl he was with went to the producer in the green room and was like, by the way, this club's racist. They're telling only the black people not to smoke, and they're letting the white people smoke. I'm like, I literally have gone to white people, black, like anyone smoking has to not smoke.
So many injustices, and these niggas be picking them.
But I'm
right, because I'm like, this place is racist, but that wasn't the that wasn't the thing that really
racism.
I'm like, I'm like, you're kind of messing up the real racism.
You're gonna fuck up the fight, fam. Like, literally, yes, you're right, but you're wrong in this moment.
Yes.
That's not. Oh God. All right.
Yeah.
Let me introduce you to
That's
Richie.
when you need to kick that Moroccan accent on them. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
He's African. I would love to. I'm gonna say that at your funeral. I'm like, yo,
African.
A lot of people might not know this.
Zack was a real African American.
I know Zack never talked about it that much.
I know, washcloth and everything. This man,
Washcloths.
he was.
Zack
black
was an
from the
amazing
beginning.
spades player.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, no.
Sorry,
thanks you guys for making this Juneteenth so special, man. We're we still got like 45 minutes to go.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm just
I was
kidding.
like, bro, I'm out. I'm not. No. You were the latest one. I just want to also point that out.
That was the latest.
Oh fuck, damn, Riggins.
Yeah, Riggins was late.
Well, here's the thing.
But I know tons of black people that aren't late.
These two. Here's the thing.
I know at least
I
two.
actually don't apologize for my lateness no more because as I look at different cultures around the world, most African cultures do not rely on watches, and I feel like watches are definitely a construct of the white man's Western society, Judeo-Christianism that makes people feel they have to be somewhere on time for somebody else. But really, what I feel is when I'm late, I'm sharing my culture. So when I show up late, I'm letting people know that black people have arrived.
Oh my God.
That's why when I texted Riggins, I said ETA. He said when the sun nears the horizon. I was
Right.
what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
What the spirit says. I believe. I understand.
When the ancestors tell me to be here, that's when I'll be here.
I think you're right. I completely agree with you. I'm not even joking. I'm like, right.
Like we shouldn't have to be on time. We were on time.
Honestly?
We was on time for slavery.
Okay. I'm not.
They wasn't on time
I'm
for the
not gonna do this.
Emancipation Party.
I'm
Did you know the
starting to
Emancipation?
regret.
Did you know
What I'm
Juneteenth
saying-
is celebrated because it took them 2 years to get the Emancipation Proclamation to the slaves in Texas?
Yeah, Texas is where it happened. Everyone knows
I
that.
can't even
The
take.
more you
Who
know.
was late? Who was late?
Okay.
Texas.
Was it us or was
I
it
can't
them?
even.
Texas, home of the anti-woke
Alicia.
comedy club.
Let my sister speak. My sister.
Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say I don't show up on time anywhere, if they paying me. I don't like to show up to work on time. I know it's
If they're not paying you, you're early.
no.
No.
Okay.
I'm really
I may not even come. I may not even be there in that moment. That's one of those things we'll see.
Right. But if you paying me, you can just go ahead and know it ain't.
Wow.
I'll be there. I'm gonna be there.
I'll get there.
I'm saving you money.
Yeah,
Relax.
right. I'm helping. I'm helping.
You're fine.
A bit that you do that I actually stole and I used in front of you. This is one of my favorite bits, and it might honestly not even be a bit. That's the thing about
I don't
Felicia.
think it. I was like, I don't do any bits.
You got in the car. We were doing hill rides, where the lot person drives people to their cars, and you got in my car and you went, "That's so weird. Everyone plays rap music when I get in the car."
Yo.
And then it was like a week goes by, and then we both got in the car at the same time. I think we got in like Alex Hanna's car. He was giving us a ride up, and I'm like, damn, it's so weird. Everyone plays rap music when I'm in the car, and it killed so hard. And I was like, thank you, Felicia. You were even dying, but I feel like everyone should use this bit.
It's
this
pretty funny.
But you got to credit
a
Felissa
lot.
Folkes when you say it.
Right, but Luke doesn't do it.
It happens
Luke
a lot
doesn't do
in
it.
Ubers. When they get in Ubers.
They
and-
switch.
Oh, it happened. I was the one thing in Berlin that was tripping me. I was like, every time I got in, you hear the car pull up. It's like, doom, doom. They were like playing some techno house, and they see me. And throw some 2 Chainz and some other You're like, hey, fam, I don't even listen to this.
That's
but okay.
wild.
He's like, finally, I can relax a little with my music selection.
I
You're
feel like that's what it'd be like. At first, I used to think it was racist, but now I kind of be feeling like maybe that's the music they really want to listen
right.
to.
They've
And they're
been
like, okay,
hiding.
finally somebody that's not going to say some shit about me listening to this because
Right.
I'm probably not, unless it's some whack rap. Like, unless dude plays me his mixtape again. And that was...
Dude, every time I
1
get in the
star.
black man's lift, I've got to be honest, I be getting them R&B hits. That they be putting on every single. I'm like, I know he's not hitting on me, but he thinks like I'm in the crib, just like listening to shots, like you know what I mean, like all like really.
Just put
I'm talking
shea butter
neo
on.
soul, yeah. I always get like some neo soul types. I'm like, what is going on with these? I'm like, the black men, they like, listen, Queen, I got you.
I know
Every
exactly
time,
what
dude,
you
every
mean.
time.
I know it relaxes you.
Yeah, and everybody else just play what they want, but every time it's a black man, I always get like,
That's so...
R&B specifically.
Every time I get in a black Uber, they play NPR. And I'm like, what the... That's for me?
Me? I can't read.
This better be for you. This is what you normally listen to, right?
You're so stupid.
Yeah, no.
What was?
Someone asked me how to be a door guy. Do you guys get that question a lot?
Yes, all the time.
It's a tough one.
And I think it's mostly the same answer for everybody, but I feel like people don't believe
Yes.
that that's the
Exactly.
answer.
Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like, oh, I got picked up on potluck, and like, yeah, like you're gatekeeping. You're not
Right.
telling how to really. It's
Yo,
like,
didn't
no,
we get
that's-
called
Dude,
gatekeepers by somebody?
That was a
That's actually
tweet
how-
from a comic.
We got called gatekeepers.
I don't know if it got discussed on the podcast, but it was a tweet from the comic that was hiding how to be a door guy is
About the store?
gatekeeping. Yeah, is gatekeeping. But the person that they were tweeting about said, I literally told them how to be a door guy. Like, get up on potluck, kill harder than anyone else on the lineup,
Right.
Yeah.
and then say thank you to the bookers and say you'd love to be a door guy.
Right. And also, can I make it very clear too? This is nothing that's gonna irritate me, but that was not my fucking experience. And a lot of door guys' experience that I know, they didn't just get to go up at potluck once and do. I'm congrats for a lot of people who's.
I mean, I had auditions after that. but-
Absolutely, you had
Yes.
audition, but I'm saying like for me, it was when they asked me, I go 10 years of fucking disrespect here.
Yeah.
Lining
Right.
up outside from 2011 to 2015,
Yeah,
like
right,
I wasn't
yeah.
coming for you,
I
bro.
remember it was
Yeah.
a whole different potluck.
But dude,
experience.
what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like crushing and the other booker would make eye contact
Yes.
with you for years. That's how I
Yes.
fucking got it. So when I'm not
Whoa.
fucking gatekeeping you, bitch. It's a fucking different.
Yeah.
Stop playing
That's
with
what
me.
I tell
Right.
people.
It's
I tell people
right.
it's a different way for everybody. I tell people the way you get in is the way you get in.
Yes.
Right,
It's not
right.
That's a great
really
answer.
one specific way. Like, yes,
Yeah.
the potluck is a very big part of it because eventually, no matter how you get in, you're gonna have to go up on potluck and perform
Yeah.
from
Yes.
there. And I think that, shout out to Jen and Emily for
Absolutely.
making it more streamlined for people like Hugo
Yes.
to go
Right.
up and actually just kill it.
Right.
potluck.
Right.
People
People vouch for some
and
people.
vouch for.
Yeah,
Because like
yes.
my story, I got walked into the back office to meet everybody by Steve Fury, and he's like, "Yo, y'all need to hire this
Yeah, and
dude."
everybody, yeah, because
And I already knew everybody,
Bro.
so and it's
Right.
like
when
it
I
was-
started, Riggins was crushing and
Yes.
opening for people. I was like, what are you talking?
Yeah.
Not like, but I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
like
No.
everyone's different, bro. Like the
Exactly.
idea that no door guy is gatekeeping anything. We've told you exactly how we got it.
Yes.
none of us gatekeep. Like none of us don't want anybody, but also we do gatekeep in a different way because we do have to protect what is
Right, some of y'all crazy.
the door guy culture here.
Absolutely.
We cannot give everybody the keys to the kingdom.
Right,
So
some of y'all
some
crazy,
people,
some of y'all crazy.
yeah, it's not gatekeeping in the sense that we don't like you. It's gatekeeping in
Right.
the sense that you may not fit in with us.
Yeah.
Like I think of people that I know and I'm thinking, you're not going to gel with everybody.
Right.
Yes.
And it's not that everybody has to be friends in this
No,
situation. It's
no.
that we have
Yeah.
to gel though. We have to be able to work together. There has to be that kind of communication and things. And also you got to be funny. You got to be original. We don't want somebody that sounds like, women be shopping. I don't want to bring that person.
And have you had
know?
guys like,
I don't know if the listeners at home heard Felicia's.
I didn't do that. No, I didn't do that at all.
have you
Did
had
the mic
people,
pick
have
that
you
up?
had people like
feeling petty.
beg for like a potluck spot and then like they get it and they just bomb?
That's the guy who he
dude.
begged for it and he left with 1 minute
yeah.
in his set. He only did 1 minute on
Yeah,
a
do your
3-minute
time.
set. That's
Yeah.
Do
crazy.
your whole time.
Yeah.
I would never get another spot. And
Someone
I
had
don't
a funny line of like, some gates need to be kept. Which
Yo,
is like,
wasn't that Luke or somebody?
Yeah,
else?
I mean-
yeah.
Like I think that was a
Yeah.
Luke, because and I'm not saying because like
some people have all this, like their mind is like, I've done stand up a couple times. Like, how do I be a door guy?
Yeah.
And you're like, dude,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
it's a no. Like
Yeah.
you have to be good, like be
Yeah.
consistently good. Like Felicia said about Riggins, like crush,
But
be
he's been
around.
crushing, so
Be
like, he can
around,
walk in
yeah.
and do any. Like he's been crushing for years.
make relationships with people and like the thing
And do
is-
well on stage. Like some people
Period.
get caught up in the relationships and they're like, I know everyone. I've been seeing these people
Yeah.
since back. I'm like, well then it must be you
You
suck.
on stage. You
Yeah.
must be not killing on
People
stage.
forget there's so many things that people pay attention to that it really always comes down to doing well when the audience is
it's out.
watching. And some people get lost in that and they're really funny, but maybe they try to make the back of the room laugh and they lose the audience in the process.
Right.
Because a lot of these mics are like inside joke, you know,
Kind of, yeah.
material.
When you do mics, when you come up, yeah, it is like
Yeah.
making the comics laugh.
And
That's
you're like,
kind of the-
Scotty's got a drinking problem. And they're like, no one knows Scotty.
No one gives
a fuck.
No one knows.
And it's a vibe thing.
Right.
It's literally for me, I guess, and all these things that we're saying are true, but for me, it's the overall vibe thing. Like, thirst is worse than hunger. Hunger, when you see someone that's hungry and they really want it,
Yeah.
you want to help them. You
Yeah.
want to give them the keys. You
Yeah.
want them to know how to get in here. Like, everybody we've all recommended that's come in here,
Yeah.
we sense a different, like,
Right.
okay, you're hungry.
Yeah.
You're not thirsty, you're hungry,
Right.
And then there's people who like, we've been offered things to get on Potluck, and they're just like, every time they see you, like, man, how'd you? Or they do that fake congratulations thing. They were like, oh, you got the job. I mean, I wish I had the job. It's like, fam,
no, I know.
Relax.
Yeah.
Right.
Y'all gotta chill.
Yeah.
It's not this is not your path to getting what you need to get. Maybe this is the Comedy Store is not where you need to be. For some of us, this is our path.
Yeah.
This is it, right.
We'll be here.
Also at the right time too, because I've wanted it for a year. I'm from LA, you know what I mean? I've been trying to be a door guy since the first year I started comedy.
Yeah.
And not like I wanted, but I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, you look into it and you get it. I got it 10 years now.
Right.
Like, and it feels so perfect though. Like as a comedian, I'm so ready.
You're ready.
I'm so comfortable. All my peers are around me. Like, it's such a perfect time. And if I got it 5 years ago when I wanted it, I would not be happy. I would not be. It would not be ready. It would not be. And now, like, I'm comfortable in the main room. That's crazy to say, but that's how I feel.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you gotta also. It's not your time. So sometimes when we say something and we're like, not like. You'll get it. You're not ready too. Some people think it's like, I'm not trying to comfort you. We've all been on that stage and we know what it feels like. Yeah. And some of you not ready. You're not ready.
People ask because I think they want to hear some old timey answer where it's like, how'd you get to work with this comic? You're like, well, I was sitting at the end of the bar and I said, pass that comic a drink. And they looked at me and like, who's that? Do you do comedy? It doesn't happen like that anymore.
Right.
No, people still have this mindset that you move to Hollywood and 5 days later you're going to be discovered. Like, you understand that these discoveries that you see in Hollywood were 10-year. Matt Rife is not a last night he came out. People threw him on because he had abs. The kid's been working. Like, he used to do the Bay Area Black competition back a long time
I couldn't get on that, so that's crazy.
Like I did the Bay Area Black competition. Like the Bay Area Black competition used to be the premier competition for Black comedians, and he did that. And it's so like he's grand.
That's one of the funniest things I've actually heard about.
And it's funny to hear people like really kind of hate on him sometimes. I'm like, I get this. I hear the thing. I don't like every comedian's material. I don't like all their jokes, but I will never disrespect the comedian's hustle and drive and grind. And if you did what you had to do to get where you get, hey, I may not laugh at a single thing that come out your mouth, but I'm going to applaud the fact that you're doing this shit and you've succeeded.
It doesn't have to be your cup of tea. It doesn't have to be your favorite style of comedy. You understand at this point.
How many times comedians come up to you and they try to hate on a comedian to get in cool with you here? Like, oh, don't you guys hate
such and such? Isn't it embarrassing when you're like, you're bad too? Like, you know what I mean? Like the person talking shit, I'm like, I don't think. Do you watch your own stuff? Am I being okay?
Yeah. No, it's all about like working with funny people and growing, and like it's kind of like cross pollination. The way people talk about podcasts, about like getting you get to open for someone, their audience is meeting you, and now they're like, oh, I saw you with last time you were in town. Right. Now you headline, and then some of those people come back. It's like people open for Randy Feltface. It's a puppet, and they're like, dude, Randy's the best. Like the guy who does the puppet. Like people love the puppet. They're like, he's really cool. It's fun. It pays well. He sells out. Like
it's so funny.
It's like no one's hating. You know what I mean?
I feel like you could really.
I'm trying to get on the Feltface.
No, I'm not even joking, dude.
Get me on the Feltface radar.
I feel like you crushed that fucking tour.
Thank you. I honestly feel like that's an insult, but I would love to do it. I would love to do it. Come by the Comedy Store, and if you want to see people that really are living that sort of like, I've done comedy a handful of times, give me a shot, come to Potluck on Mondays.
Oh, yeah.
It starts with that, and it gets better and better. That's kind of the coolest part.
Has been doing comedy for so many years, but they've never done anything, so they're just still having this entitlement of like, well, you know, I used to be this, and I used to be that. It's like, fam.
Yeah.
I don't really know.
My dog was sick for like 7 years. I couldn't do stand-up. Now I'm back. And you're like, man, life is
And I'm like, I killed my dog to do stand-up.
Right.
And I'll
Sacrifices.
do it again.
The dog had to go.
I missed my dog's wedding to be here today. That's where I'm at.
John got married today,
and I missed it.
Don't be a weirdo.
Don't be a weirdo, or be the weirdo in the perfect way, and fucking thread that needle, and then you'll be.
If you're weird, is
like Jackson Banks is the perfect weirdo.
Yeah,
killer, one of our newest door guys. Yeah. You can see
very
him.
Funny,
so
weirdo,
so
perfect. Like
top 3 weirdest door guys: Hugo Galaxy.
Yep.
Jackson Banks.
Yep. Guam.
Oh shit,
Guam holds number 3 no matter what. Like, you can't move Guam from the 3rd position. He goes to 2nd sometimes.
Sometimes
we hire Jackson, and so now
Joe Marisi actually. No, I'm replacing him.
Joe can't. Joe's not weird. No, Joe.
It's a controlled weird.
Joe is calculated. Yeah. Joe is hilarious.
Have you seen his bit with the light he's been doing?
Oh no, he's got a.
I'm not gonna. You gotta see the. We'll talk about it. Talk about it
next.
Bring it up.
I'm actually gonna have Joe. I think Joe, Renee, and Torio on the next podcast, or as I call them, the hard blinkers. All those guys blink very hard.
Yes.
It's like a personality thing. I think Torio does it when he like thinks he's having like a panic attack, but Joe and Renee, they'll like mid-idea, like close their eyes for like almost a full
It's
second.
almost like a punctuation.
It's like,
sometimes.
yeah.
It's like it lets you know we're pausing the sentence for a quick second. Reset the wine, and now we're back.
Yeah.
so funny.
This episode was across the Juneteenth verse, and next episode is going to be the hard blinkers.
Hard.
I call it the straight whites, but
Straight
I call it
white.
But that's just what I would call it.
All right, guys. Where can people find you?
On the internet, around
Felicia, you got a Instagram?
Felicia Folkes. I don't.
It's not Felicia Folkes. You blocked me, but I don't remember
I
what
don't
it is.
remember. Oh, fell for time. But it doesn't matter.
Okay.
They'll find me.
Yep. You know what Felicia is. It
If
doesn't
they
matter.
watching this, they know who I am. They know where to find me.
They gonna be like Felicia.
My God.
I'm not big. Is that crazy?
No, I've been trying to tell you that you're that big, but you were
No,
shutting
not
me
that
down.
big. I mean, no offense to I meant the podcast maybe isn't.
Okay.
I meant like anybody watching Doorcast knows the Door Guys. Am I?
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Maybe they think I'm sorry. Maybe they think I'm Angie.
Some people are tuning in for the first time. You never think
Right,
about that?
guys. I'm Angie Stroud. Nice to see you.
Riggins, where can they find you when you're in the States and not in Berlin?
Oh man, I'm gonna be here at the Comedy Store for a couple of weeks. I gotta go to Texas, do shows with Dave Chappelle. Don't laugh. Why y'all? It's so
Guys,
weird. I feel
it's
so
just a
bad.
normal thing.
It's a norm. We all have to do this at some point.
When
We're
you
all
said
hoping to do
Chappelle,
this at some point.
So funny.
I call him Dave.
But I,
She's right. You see all the time, Dave.
But I'll be at the Up Next show. I got, you know what? Some have my Instagram in Berlin. I don't know. It's man down. Like I can't find my followers. I don't know nothing.
Damn.
Okay.
My page is some bullshit. So I might have to start a new Instagram page. So you might be looking for a new Instagram page.
Oh shit. Okay.
But other than that, find me on my my YouTube. You can go to Facebook if you're over 40.
Love that. Facebook, yeah, find him on
found
Facebook.
out
He's got
Facebook's
some
an app.
crazy opinions on Facebook. You got to check out his
Always.
Facebook.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of aliens building things.
I would literally
shadow
love to see
government.
this.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh damn.
Here you go.
Hugo Galaxy at Hugo Galaxy on everything, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, you were riveting this podcast, Hugo.
Well, I mean, you couldn't get a word in
shut
edgewise
the
between
fuck
you two, fucking fighting it out.
That is true.
I just,
I'm Zack Chapeloni. You can find me here every week for the time being.
bye.
You can also come check out the Up Next showcase every Friday at 10:30.
Every Friday,
That's what Felicia also forgot to say. She comes late and she leaves early when she's getting paid. Love you too, Felicia. How rude. How fucking the nerve.
On Juneteenth?
You can do whatever you
I think
want.
the black woman
Happy
gets to leave
Juneteenth.
early on Juneteenth.
Happy
I think,
Juneteenth.
I think we should all leave early.
You guys
on
are
Juneteenth.
free.
Let's go, Hugo.
You guys are free. You guys are absolutely free to go.
We're leaving.
No.
Zack is gonna close us out.
You guys.
We off. Get the fuck We off. We off early. Fuck you. He's free.
Word has traveled
He's free.
to the basement of the Comedy Store.
So free.
They are free. What a first episode. Come check out the Up Next showcase every Friday at 10:30. If you mention the Doorcast, you get in for free. Also, follow us, rate us, review us. Say you miss Luke. It counts as a review. Say you want more or less of a certain race on the episode. We'll take that into consideration. Until next time, I'll see you guys, and just be good to people. Happy Juneteenth. Bye-bye.